Guys, welcome back. This is my 10th playthrough, my 10th part of the Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, this game is cruel. This game is cruel. Guys, the game is cruel. So I have to admit, I suck. I suck at admitting defeat. I do. I suck. And when it comes to these gameplays, if you don't know, I'm also playing Life is Strange right now. And decision-making games, they take a lot out of me. And I love Sayori, and I wanted Sayori back, so I wanted to at least see what would happen if I went back and chose differently. And the game literally is not letting me. So, we've made our bed, it's time to lie in it. Let's go. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, we would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Oh my gosh. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let her catch up to me. Oh my gosh, they have completely removed her contribution to our experience. This is why I was saying it. I was saying it the way that I was saying it for a very good reason. It may not have been necessarily romance, but he certainly had a care for her, and I definitely feel like he's feeling it now in some way. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Haku? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. She's orchestrating everything. Everything. You see how she just glitched into our life? No, I don't trust it. We do know each other. Well, we really talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something personally I enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. See, that's the kind of crap I don't like when she's on my screen. Literature? She blinks, right? She's been blinking. She's the only one that's been blinking. That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of the members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Haku, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. She is submitting herself. No, it's Monica. She's submitting herself in everything, everywhere that Sayori was and is. She's putting herself in all her spots. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Haku. You know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. You see that? You see that? She wants my soul or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but I've had bad feelings about her. I don't trust it. I don't trust her. And I miss Sayori. I want Sayori back. In retrospect, though, Haku's kind of like, I guess, I never paid him much respect, but he did always, like, have his eyes on, like, the different girls, I guess. But I didn't really care. I was like, whatever. And then when I figured it out, I was like, You know, Sayori and mostly Yuri stuff stuck out just because it's so different. But, whatever Haku gets, we brought ourselves here. We did this. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I typically follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. Huh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Haku. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Wow, I don't remember that. She was vice president. They have like one civilian in the club. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like that. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Haku in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to stand in the club to start it. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Okay, that was me. Okay, you have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea really help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Haku, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Oops. Okay. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. The stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I think I remember this is why I was kind of like most, like her, I guess little points stuck out to me. I'm like the same way. I pretty much just read like horror and like historical fiction. That's essentially what I read. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last time meeting. No, you're just nosy as freak and looked into her whole journal when she wasn't there. That's what it is. Don't trust her. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable. Feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Haku? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Haku. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Haku? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Haku, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring up to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Haku, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between these three girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. All right, guys, you have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Let's do it. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Oh my gosh. Guys, I am agape. Okay. I am sitting here agape. This is so scary. It is so nerve-wracking. I just want to start off by saying that I had noticed the glitching towards the beginning of the episode. Okay, I had noticed it. And then I began to think to myself, you know what? This seems to be starting all over again, just without Sayori. There's an echo there in my mind, just saying Sayori. Because the game is it feels like the game is trying to get me to forget that she was a part of it. That's why we went so long. It's only like the glitches that come through that I remember that we're continuing this reality without her. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. So, it's so trippy. Let's click along, yeah. As we can see here, Sayori is not there. Was Monica ever there? I'm trying to remember. I don't think so. Anyways, guys, I am going to call this part 10 of my playthrough. Let's go ahead and say this is Act 2, I guess. Part 10. Part 1 of Act 2. I don't even know. I'm super intrigued. I'm immersed. I'm ready. I want to see what's beyond this, but I gotta be honest, I am also really, really creeped out. So again, let's call it here, part 10. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you stuck it out to the end. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Kick, and Rumble, and I will see you in part 11.